Tradewaiters podcast, the comic book club, where we read a different trade paperback every single week. I'm Daniel, you're Nathan. We're brothers. We read comics.
We're out here reading the Eisner Award nominated books.
Nominees.
The nominees. Yes, that's the word I was looking for.
Nominated.
The Eisner Award nominated books. They still haven't gotten back to us about our, request to be on the council. So we're doing our own, Daniel.
We haven't checked our emails, because we get so many emails.
Yeah, so many. Yeah, it must have just gotten lost.
It's probably in there somewhere.
We probably get more than like they do.
Yeah, it's probably in our junk mail because we don't care what they think.
Yeah, we actually don't even care. Yeah, it's probably filtered out into spam, and then I made sure it was deleted. So they'll have to call me, if they want us to be part of it. But yeah, anyway,
they have to beg us. They have to pay us.
Yeah, they should because we're so insightful.
They're going to invite us to Comic-Con.
We read 220 books, so it's like we pretty much know everything.
Yeah, we know all the comics.
We do.
This is the last comic.
This is all. This is it.
But anyway, what, you got something?
No, we have different time codes in our description, Daniel. And we got the poll list for just the things that we're reading, whatever. We got the back matter. We got the book,
which is the Cull.
And then we start with what, Daniel?
The news.
Remind me, please. Thank you. The news. Anyway, Daniel, what do you have for news? Not much this week, huh? I didn't have a whole lot.
I have quite a bit.
Oh, really?
Nathan.
Yeah.
You know Liam Sharp?
Uh-huh.
And you know Starhenge?
Yes.
There's more coming.
Yes.
In August, it's a book called Ore.
It's like a Starhenge story, I think.
Yeah, O-R-E, like metal ore or something. What? And it's an original graphic novel.
Oh, so it's not coming out in like issues?
Correct.
Oh, okay. I don't think I knew that, but that's cool.
Now you do.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Did he ever do Exo-Man of War? He did the first issue, I feel like.
Yeah, the trade came out.
He did all of it? Okay, cool. Good for him.
I think so. It only said
I think it was only like
Kelly
a couple.
Thompson and Liam Sharp on it.
Gotcha. Good for him. Yeah. I read the first Starhenge and I'm like, this is a little too sci-fi for me.
Too sci-fi? Wow.
Yeah.
Is it hard sci-fi, Nathan?
It was like hard sci-fi.
I thought you liked a hard sci-fi.
I do like a hard sci-fi every once in a while, but this one was like a calculus sci-fi.
So what you're saying is that you can't hang, Nathan?
I can't hang. I know I love Liam Sharp too. I like seeing what he's coming out with, but
you just can't hang with Liam Sharp?
I don't know. Maybe now that the trade is probably out for the first Starhenge, we should give it a read. But
yeah,
that's cool. Daniel.
Yes.
Warren Johnson's coming out with a new thing.
Yeah, he does. Daniel Warren Johnson. Yeah.
Daniel Warren Johnson.
DWJ.
He's coming out with a book that he is writing with Riley Rossmo doing the art for, called "The Moon Is Following Us."
From Image.
Sick name for a title. Why is it following you? I don't know. Got to read the book.
September 18th.
When
that bad boy's coming.
He's doing the covers, which makes me a little sad because he's not doing the interiors. But I'm a big fan of Riley Rossmo. So.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
From the Harley Quinn book that we did?
Not necessarily from that, but I like his Martian Manhunter that he did. It was really weird.
Yeah, I like his Twitter and stuff.
Yeah, he's got a good Twitter.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Cool art style. I think they've been buddies for a while, so the synergy's probably there.
Nathan.
What's up?
You like Kickstarter?
Yeah.
New Kickstarter campaign.
For
the beloved Darkwing Duck. There's going to be... It's the Darkwing Duck collection.
Oh.
Which contains 3 omnibuses you get with this, Nathan.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And it includes like out of print stories. So it'll...
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
that just adds to the list for our Duck Week. Or our Duck Month.
Yeah, Duck Month.
Duck Month.
Darkwing Duck omnibus.
Howard the Duck. Darkwing Duck. Probably some Looney Tunes shit.
Daffy, Donald, probably.
Yeah. And then...
You said Howard?
Howard and Destroyer Duck.
Yeah. All of those. We'll get there.
Probably more ducks out there. Have you heard of Dark Souls, Daniel?
Yeah.
They are coming out with a Dark Souls manga in August.
It's basically just Berserk, dude.
It really is. But Dark Souls has such insane character design that only manga, I feel like, can really encapsulate. So I think that's pretty damn cool.
When does that come out?
It comes out in August.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's called Dark Souls Redemption, an original manga series based on the video game. And yeah, pretty much.
Got creators on that?
I don't recognize them because they're manga creators, but it's Julian Blondell and Shonen. I guess that's art by Shonen. That's just his name.
Huh. Shonen's I think a magazine, but I could be wrong.
Well, it says art by Shonen, and this says Shonen at the top. So
maybe it's just like
that's so bold. Imagine your name is like comics.
The guy who writes One Punch Man, his name is One.
Like ONE or WON?
ONE.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
He's a secret writer. He doesn't want to be recognized.
Oh, I see.
I don't know why, but yeah, it's
he
One.
He was number 1.
Yeah. And then more like TV and movie news. Not even really related to this podcast, but did you see that there's like a Pharrell Williams biopic that is like Lego? It's like Legos style.
Yes, I did. I watched the trailer and I was like, this actually looks kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm like, is this fake?
It feels fake. Like
the
I know
whole time I'm like, this is fake.
I know there's like really solid Lego animators out there.
Right.
Like there's like a 15-year-old kid that does Lego animation. He did the Lego animation from Into the Spider-Verse.
Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I'm like, this has got to be fake. But I was like, this looks fun. Once I realized it was real. And then I was like, I went to Sophie and I was like, like the Lego movie and you know how like biopics are a thing? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, they're doing one for Pharrell Williams. She's like, Pharrell died? I thought that was such a funny response.
Yeah, it's like you can only do biopics if they're dead.
Yeah, they got to be dead. And I'm like, but then I had to like
Elton John's dead too.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was one of the examples. I had to come up all of a sudden with like 2 or 3 examples of biopics where they're like not dead yet. So
Straight
Elton John was one. I don't know if I said
alive.
that one. What else did I say? The Wolf of Wall Street guy, but that's not really like a biopic.
Yeah.
There's another example I had.
I
the Weird Al one.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So, I go like straight to like music, I think. But
yeah.
Yeah, so that looks neat.
Yeah, it does look fun.
And other animated stuff. Nathan.
Yes.
Do you like Batman Ninja?
I don't know. I haven't watched it. I like the idea of it.
Well, we should probably watch it because the sequel is coming out.
The sequel? Batman Ninjas?
Maybe.
Many more ninja? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Seems like they are doing some more... Because that was like a Japanese animation studio that did it, right? Or no?
Yeah.
And they have that Suicide Squad anime one coming out.
I don't know if that's the same studio, but...
but I'm saying that there's...
Isekai.
DC specifically has done some Japanese animation stuff, which is kind of cool.
Speaking of Isekai, we did get a release date for that, and it's June 27th, dude. Like 2 weeks away.
Holy shit.
I only know that because I checked yesterday.
That's cool.
Yeah, to see like when this shit comes out, because it's supposed to come out in like July.
Lots of stuff coming out this month.
A lot of stuff. Nathan, you like Rebel Moon?
No.
You haven't tried it, and probably the best way to watch it is the director's cut.
Ooh, when's it coming out?
Coming August 2nd.
How long is it?
Both. So there's a director's cut for both movies, and he renamed them. It's no longer like The Scargiver and the other one. It's like he gave them new names to, I guess, to not have it be confusing or whatever. And I think each of them were like an extra hour long. So like probably 3 hours each.
Wow. So there's a director's cut for each one. Why wouldn't he just do like a big...
Because a 6-hour movie is insane, Nathan.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like only Zack Snyder would do that, but it's still crazy.
It is a lot of time. God, that guy's... Do you see his animation thing?
Yeah, speaking of Zack Snyder,
he's got an
Twilight
animation thing?
of the Gods. It's like a Zack Snyder Viking show coming September 19th. It looks very violent.
I saw part of the trailer, and I don't think I've ever been more disinterested in something.
The trailer is like 29 seconds long. So normally this is kind of early for Netflix to be dropping trailers.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look bad. It might have legs, Nathan.
It might. Everything could.
Yeah. Nathan, you like Green Lantern?
I'm fond.
Yeah. You're wearing a green shirt right now.
I am.
Because how much you like Green Lantern?
Yes. It's not the right green, but
all your shirts are green.
All of them that I've ever bought.
Yeah. Well, there's a Green Lantern Silver Age McFarlane toy that is coming out. It's also a digital toy, Nathan. It's an NFT, I guess.
Yes.
And so you can start your digital toy collection.
Wow.
And you can play with it online instead of in person.
How?
I don't know. I guess you click on an arm, you can go like woo or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it looks pretty. It's like a cool like toy.
Which Green Lantern is it? Is Alan Scott?
No, it's like
Hal. Okay, cool.
It looks cool. I'm
not
exactly sure if it's the physical toy. Because like on the side, like the video of it looks like a real toy, but on the side it says digital toy or whatever.
Oh, it does say McFarlane Toys Digital, but that definitely looks like a manufactured action figure.
Maybe they just made one for the video.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Up to 22 moving parts for full range of posing and play. Includes power battery. Oh, all these things. Okay. I was like, it's battery operated?
You have to get a digital battery.
He chose some weird constructs.
There are like 2 in there, right?
There's the... Oh, yeah. Just kidding. They're just like fire fists.
Yeah. Lame.
They look like pom-poms. So, pretty cool.
That's why you like Green Lantern so much. Because it's pom-pom.
He could make a pom-pom
construct.
if he wanted to, and that's just part of what makes him such a great character.
There needs to be a comic where like the Justice League like defeat Darkseid or something. He's like, yay!
He's like, woo! That would be so funny.
Go team!
Or he's like holding up a sign. He's like, you can do it.
Yeah,
something like that.
It's like defense or something.
Or like they need to have like a DC like baseball issue or like a volleyball thing, and then he could have the sign on the side.
Yeah, we've talked about football comics a lot.
Yeah,
like potential football teams.
One of the more famous like X-Men, like retro X-Men ones is when they all play baseball. It sounds so fun. So, yeah, more of that.
So, Nathan, what book did we read this week?
We read The Cull.
Why did we read The Cull?
Because it's an Eisner-nominated book for Best Limited Series. Is that what it was? By Kelly Thompson, Mattia de Ulis, and Hassan Otsmain El-How.
First off, Kelly Thompson was nominated for Best Writer.
Yep.
With all of the things that she wrote this year or this past year. Mattia de Ulis?
I think it's Iulis, so Ulis something?
Ulis? Yeah. He did not get nominated for Best Artist.
What?
Which is nuts to me because this might be the craziest art I've ever seen.
It's fucking unbelievable, actually. I
remember the first issue. I'm like, this is fucking crazy.
I was intimidated reading it.
Yeah, I'm like, I feel like I'm not allowed to read this.
Yeah, I was like, how is he going to keep this up? And then he does, and there's sick ass monsters and shit in here.
Yeah.
Wait, so he would still get the Eisner if it won Best Limited Series.
Yeah, but he's not nominated
on there
for art.
Which that is a little criminal
because it looks painted, and he didn't get nominated for painter either.
Yeah. Well, I think it's digital, but
right.
Let's see who got in for Best Artist. Hold on.
I just remember like Dan Mora's on there.
Yeah. Penciler is Somni Mora, Jillian Tamaki, Tula Lotte, Jason Sean Alexander. And then painter, also Jason Sean Alexander, Liam Sharp. Some other people. Yeah. This seems like a prime...
Big snub.
Yeah, big snub. Okay. If we were on the fucking Eisner Council, we wouldn't let this shit happen.
Yeah, no way.
So, but yeah, pretty fucking insane. I think this is probably like, it's definitely like a league of its own type deal.
You happy you picked it up?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm glad that the random comic shop dude on Free Comic Shop Day recommended it to me.
I thought he was your boy.
He is my boy.
So he's not random.
Well, I don't know. People don't remember that he's my boy, but
did you like all the 4 wide panels on like every page?
You know what? When it's as beautiful as this, I don't mind. But if it's any Mark Miller book, sometimes I'm not saying that, he's just got bad artists because,
Right.
But I think it makes sense in this because it feels like a J.J. Abrams movie or something that you're watching.
Right, yeah.
I haven't seen Super 8, but this is probably close.
It's probably Super 8.
Or Super 8, whatever monster movie. Does he even do that? I don't know why I got J.J. Abrams.
I think he does Super 8, yeah.
Yeah. But it feels like that, and it's really fucking cool. It's also like really impressive, like I think how it starts, because there's like 5 characters that you kind of have to, that she was like kind of juggling around with, but each one has like their own part that they do, and you find out a lot about them with very little information, like a show don't tell kind of thing, which I think is really cool. So I think this book's
Does your trade have issue breaks?
It has like 3.
Where it's like just like a black.
It's just like a black.
But I think
page.
it was like 5 issues.
Yeah, I don't know how it was split up, but like the first issue break wasn't until like 80 pages in or something. So I don't
think it was 80 pages.
I don't think so either.
Number 1.
But I was also like, I don't know where they would have, split that up. But one criticism I do have on this book.
Wow.
What the hell is that?
Squares?
No, that says The Cull.
Oh, it does, yeah. I noticed that.
I know what the book is called, and it's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, why is it?
And then I went to Sophia, who didn't read this book, and I was like, "What is this book called?" And she's like, "The Squares." So I just think it's interesting. Like, I don't think this is bad necessarily. Like when it's on the front cover, but yeah.
And why is it called the Cull?
There's like a little reference to a Cull in the book somewhere, but yeah, so it does make sense.
So yeah, this was super trippy,
super cool.
I had like no idea where it was going.
Yeah, same.
You know, and I started reading this and I read it all in one sitting.
Dude, me too.
Yeah, dude.
Can't remember the last time I've done that.
Yeah, not for a while.
Yeah.
Or what did I do?
I think probably like Bird King or some shit was the last time that I did that.
Where the Body was the last time I did that. But
oh, nice.
Which is not that long ago.
Yeah. But those aren't even as long as this, right?
It's probably about the same.
Oh, okay. But yeah, like it takes like about as long to read as like watching a movie. You know?
Yeah.
So I just think
I was also slowing myself down because it looks too good.
Yeah.
There's like fly by.
We'll talk about it. It's just especially crazy because like it feels like any lighting environment, he makes it look incredible. And like I think the only person that is like close is like Alex Ross, but you can still like tell it's like different from Alex Ross in like a way that's kind of hard to describe.
Yeah.
You know? So
Alex Ross, you can still kind of tell it's like painted.
Yeah.
This looks like, you know, like fucking the most
photos.
Like realistic video game you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like some of the hands are like freaky in like the first couple pages.
Mm-hmm. The rendering is just so spot on.
I was like,
it's like insane.
Surprised when I saw like the pencils in the back, and I'm like, oh, okay, so this is like
there's like process here and shit.
Right?
Like,
yeah, it's not just fake.
It's crazy you can make such good expression in people's faces, and then also make some of the coolest monster designs. You know?
He can make any expression because he draws real faces.
Yeah,
you know?
He makes real people.
So any face a face can make, he could draw. You know?
Yeah, unreal. So anyway, let's get into it.
I'd like to know more about how he does this.
Yeah, I want to know what else he's been on
because I don't believe him.
I don't recognize this dude's name either, so I'd like to know what else he's been on because unreal.
Nathan, first page.
Anyway, enough glazing, Daniel.
This rock has to be real. This big rock thing.
Which one? The first, like in the second panel?
The one that's in like in the ocean that focuses on.
Big fan of the rock.
Dude, look at that rock. It doesn't. It's got to be real. There's no way it's like a fake rock.
I think they made a fake rock, Daniel.
No, Nathan. I don't believe it.
You a big rock guy?
This rock looks crazy. I took a geology class.
You did?
Yeah, in college because I didn't want to do chemistry.
You should.
No, it's a different.
Send a picture of this rock to your teacher and be like, "Is this a rock?
Is this a picture?
Have you seen this rock before?"
Yeah. Where is this? Anyway.
So it starts with like a before scene, and it kind of starts with like a before and after of Blackwater Beach, but the after shows like a giant monster like storming the beach, big like fucking I don't even know, like a crab spider thing.
Yeah.
Such a good monster design, by the way.
Very like Cloverfield-esque.
Yeah,
but
like that's like not even that close of like a comparison.
That's making Cloverfield like sound too cool. You know?
Yeah. Like this is it feels so original. It's so hard to compare to anything, and the scale is some of the best I've ever seen in comics. I think.
Yeah, a lot of shoes.
Like it looks ginormous. So it's pretty cool. And so 12 hours before, we see like the cast of kids assemble to go film a movie of some sort at 3 a.m. And so we meet Katie, who has like a dad that's going through a divorce, I think. And she is dating Cleo, who like lost her brother. Like
no one sleeps in a bed for some reason in these first couple pages.
It is on the couch a lot.
A lot of people on the couch. Some people, fall asleep on tables and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, like the first girl, whatever her name is that Cleo?
Katie?
Maybe.
Or no, the first girl's Cleo. Yeah.
Yeah. Table.
No, she's on a bed. Look, first. That's a bed.
What the fuck? Hold on.
On the second page, it's like.
Oh no, the page after that.
Yeah, after that, no beds.
No, I think her dad is in the bed, but her mom's on the table.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. So, Cleo's the one that's like making the film and like getting everybody like together, but she's dealing with like a missing brother, and two of them are Wade and Will, and I think they're like brother and sister, and then Lux is a girl that has like a black eye from her dad. So we like kind of learn a little bit about these people in like bite-sized increments, but we kind of get a good idea of what they've been going through. And they go inside of a mountain off of Blackwater Beach, and they find that it's a portal to this like bright, colorful world.
So this dude, Mattia, he does a lot of covers. And
Okay.
I think he might have done like an Invisible Woman comic. But that's all I got so far.
Interesting. I wonder, I figured he was like an overseas artist or something, like European. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy that this guy's just out there making,
He's probably like
solo Fantastic Four comics.
Yeah, he was probably like trying to find work for like a long time, and then he's like producing shit like this.
Yeah, my shit is like perfect. It's like pictures.
Yeah.
So I'm glad
it boggles my mind.
Kelly Thompson like scooped him up.
Yeah, definitely. But Dano, they're in the mountain. They find some sort of portal, like a weird dimension or something. They don't really understand, but it's this like bright, colorful world. But again, like lots of tight character development that leads up to this point. That's like honestly pretty well done. It's like a little bit hard to keep track of names, but you do get a solid idea of the characters. And also like there's so much expression from Mattia. And what I think is impressive is the different lighting environments, because the book starts when it's like in the dark. And so like the rendering in the dark is like pretty sweet, but then they're also like carrying flashlights and stuff. So there's like a lot of harsh lighting sources that he's able to like balance pretty well. So really cool environment work too, when they like first go into this mountain, and you have to make some sort of weird interdimensional looking environment, and there's like a bunch of rocks and stuff, and some shit's floating, which is always kind of cool. So really, it's really great.
Good plants.
So they all get freaked out and they want to leave, but Cleo moves forward wanting to find her little brother Jake that's been missing for a year. And then Katie's like, well, I'm gonna join you because I love you, Cleo. And then basically the rest of the people end up joining too. So they push on, trying to find a sign of Jake somewhere in whatever world that they're in, and they run into like a little creature, and they follow it into the forest. And then they mention that like the other rocks there, like, because there's other rocks that look like pretty similar to the one that they came into. They mentioned that those could be doors to like other worlds or something. And it sucks that they didn't really explore that more, because I'd be interested to see if it's like, those rocks just go to like a different place on their Earth, or if it's like, if it goes to another interdimensional environment, or if it's just nothing. I thought it was kind of an interesting thing to explore.
They didn't have time, Nathan.
Yeah, I guess they didn't. So they're following this like little creature that looks like a red panda, I think is what they said.
Yeah, but he's blue.
And that's how you know it's an alien, Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
But they split up for a bathroom break. Bad idea. But Katie confronts Cleo about like some new cuts that she found on her body. And then Lux and Will just bang it out because they're in like this weird environment and they just want to fuck.
Yeah.
But it gets filmed. So that's a little shady. But
this is weird because like they're not like an item.
No, they're not a thing.
And it was just like, oh, we're in this different universe,
we could
basically.
Die here.
Yeah. So let's just bang this out so we don't die virgins or whatever, which I don't think like would happen.
No.
Yeah, I don't think like a woman would just come up to me thinking that,
Yeah. I wouldn't do that because I'm under the impression that this is like a 2-minute bathroom break,
Yeah.
And so like
too much time.
Yeah. Yeah, too much time. I'd have to go twice.
Right. Yeah, not enough reload time. And also like you're getting like naked and like doing that, and like there's like probably like bacteria
probably
or something.
So much cancer here or something.
Yeah. Who knows?
I would be. Yeah. What if it's cold there? We don't know.
Yeah. Did you notice like the blurred backgrounds in some of these panels?
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that?
I think it's fine.
I think like we've said once that we didn't like it in certain books.
I think if it's like overdone, it's hard. But I think with so much detail that he puts into his environments, like for some of these like close up, ones, or like where they're just like talking to each other, I think too much detail makes it a little hard to focus.
Right.
And it's because this like there's a little bit of context of like some of this is being filmed, and the way that they've like structured this, it does kind of feel like a movie. So I think they play into that pretty well. I didn't even notice that there was like a whole lot of blurred backgrounds while reading this, to be honest. So,
yeah, it's just stuff where like they're focusing on something.
Yeah, but I think in other comics, there's like a Punisher comic specifically that I always think of as an example for like really bad blurred backgrounds as just like a shortcut. Like,
I think we read one where we were like complaining about it. I think it was like a Star Wars one or something.
Yeah,
Or something where like it seemed lazy.
I think you can typically tell if you're like looking for it when it appears like disingenuous or when it's used for like directing the eye or keeping focus on like a certain aspect.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
it was that John Wick comic that we were reading.
Oh yeah, I think it might have been.
Yeah, there was like
good memory.
I searched my my
okay.
notes because I wrote it down, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm like, that seems like something I'd write down.
So yeah, Lux and Will bang it out, and then Wade finds a taller sentient creature that speaks like this broken English. But I think it's like a evolved version of like the little creature that they saw before.
Yeah.
It like grows taller and grows legs, and it's like, "Are you God?" It's like saying these like really kind of cryptic things.
It's like trying to figure out like their language.
Yeah. And so the creature seems to learn English from them as like they try to communicate with it, and it can like morph its face to like look like them and stuff.
Pretty creepy.
Very creepy. Like this whole scene, you could not get me to stop reading for any reason. There could be a fire in the house and I'd be like, I have to know what's happening right now.
It had very like Annihilation vibes.
Yeah.
Where like,
it
I
really
don't
does.
know what this is and how this is going to go.
But I like how it develops because as they talk more, it starts to speak like more fluent English. And then they just kind of like discover that the entire place kind of acts as like a hive mind that like constantly learns from what's inside of the environment. And which is a really kind of cool idea.
Kind of backpedaling a little bit, but when they're like on the beach or whatever, this girl says like, "Oh my god," and this dude says like, "Holy shit!" But then it's just like Cleo walking away for some reason. I thought something like happened.
Oh,
like someone got sucked up into the water or something. And
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the context was there.
Yeah, there's nothing. It was just like they're splitting up too quickly, and it just seemed kind of weird.
Oh, they were reacting to what Wade said before. It's like, I think this is like a parallel world that probably seems more like our Earth than this does.
No fucking shit. Like they're like, whoa.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
that is an interesting like character trait, I think, of Wade, is that he just like is so nerdy that he can kind of just like guess what situation they're in at any time. And they're like, you know, it's like he seems so confident that this isn't like a parallel dimension. It's more of like a liminal space, like a space between spaces.
Yeah.
Or like he just like analyzes these situations. And or is it a she? I don't even know.
No,
But
it's a dude.
it's a dude. Okay. He just like analyzes these situations and he seems pretty spot on about it, like consistently, which I think is funny. So
how'd you feel about the blue panda like turning into like a furry?
I think that was fine. I didn't realize that that's what it was at first until I was like, that definitely looks like his face. But what freaks me out is like when he morphs into like Will's face or Wade's face or whatever it was, like to a T.
Yeah.
Like it looks like Wade takes off his like furry mask and it's like it's him in there, but he's like staring at himself in this creature, and I was like, that is fucked up. So the entire place is like a hive mind that like kind of constantly learns, and it takes what's beautiful while getting rid of the rest is what they figure out. And so Katie begins to transform, and she like sprouts these like fairy wings, and then the rest of the crew ends up getting powers. Like Lux gets some shit in her eyes. You know, everybody gets kind of like something except for Cleo, who's rejected because she feels like sad and like depressed from her lost brother. And so this whole environment's kind of like kicking her out almost.
I didn't really get that vibe. Is that what's happening?
Yeah. Well, they said that like there's like an explanation of like why it was happening. Hold on.
Okay. It's not that.
It says like, you
I
feel the
believe it.
darkness, the cold. I can see that you do. It is the feeling of the world rejecting you, for you are broken inside. A weakness that is all consuming, and this we cannot abide. That's what the creature says. And so it starts to like the creature they're talking to starts to attack Cleo, and so all the friends have to like fight back with their just powers that they got, and they're kind of like figuring out how to use them. And so they run back to the rock where they came from, and they leave to find a huge monster on Blackwater Beach.
Where they're from,
yeah. So lots of cool moments here. I mean, Lux has like these laser eyes, and Wade had to like split the fucking sea that they were swimming through or like
Wade's
walking
Moses.
through. Yeah, he is Moses. And so they make it back, which I appreciate that was like somewhat easy of a thing for them to do. They just like run back because it didn't seem like they were walking super far for very long.
Yeah.
But I think this pose that this like kaiju or this monster does,
Shit in the woods.
it's so well. It does kind of look like that, huh? But it's so like, it's like, what the fuck is it doing? Like
Very
it's like
creepy.
powering up, or like it's very eerie. It's like so off-putting, you know?
Yeah, I think like I didn't have any expectations for this book, but I didn't expect like superpowers to come into it.
Yeah,
And like I like when comics like don't have superpowers because like there's so much of that sort of thing.
mm-hmm.
I get the whole mutated thing,
Yeah.
like annihilation or whatever, but like maybe if they like started looking weird, like the plants grew on like Wade, I think, and then like they got like purple eyes and shit. If they had that and they just went on with their day, and then maybe it came into play later,
Yeah,
that could have worked.
yeah.
But
There's an aspect where it does come into play later. But
right.
I wasn't bothered by it necessarily because it feels like it's something that's like transposed on them. And
Right.
like if this was me and I had like fairy wings coming out, I'd be like, do I have mega cancer now because of this or something? Like
Right.
I'd be super freaked out.
Like if they're
I don't want
there
laser
too
eyes
long,
out of nowhere.
if they're like there too long, does it like spread and get worse? Like
What-
does like Wade turn into a plant, or
Yeah. Or, like,
what's her
does-
name turn into like a bug?
Is Lux gonna go blind if she uses her fucking laser eyes too much? Like what are the
Right.
long-term effects here?
Are her eyes going to disintegrate the
They
more
could.
she uses it?
Yeah.
So like that's what I'm thinking if I was ever in this situation,
But
which I
they
wouldn't
seem-
be because I'd dip as soon as I see that shit.
When would you dip in this situation? As soon as you see the whole thing?
Yeah. I'd be like, fuck that. Going into pink water? That could be like acid water.
It could be acid water. It could smell bad.
Yeah.
That would be the worst if it smelled bad. This
Yeah.
is like the worst case
Like, it smells
scenario.
like piss in here. I'm not going in there. Fuck out my shoes.
Imagine like you just see the most beautiful environment, but it just kind of like smells like vinegar or something, and it's like, ugh.
Like, I don't like this when it's like chips or something.
And so,
So a lot of red flags that they just clearly ignored.
yeah, they seemed like pretty chill when they all of a sudden got powers. Like Lux shoots lasers out of her eyes, and everybody's like, "That was so cool." I'd be like, "What the fuck was that?"
The only thing that like makes sense that they went in there is that
to find Jake.
to find Jake, like the missing brother, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I guess it's possible he's in there.
It is, yeah. I
You
mean, he
know?
went missing. They don't know what happened to him, so it's like, you know,
Yeah, but also like there's an element where they're talking about like a low tide
yes,
in order to get to that rock.
yeah.
So I guess the time that Jake disappeared, there was also a low tide,
Mm-hmm.
which they made it seem like it was very unlikely that a low tide would happen. Like it only happens every couple weeks or something.
Oh, is that a
But
thing? I thought it happened like every day.
I think it does. But like they're making it seem like they had to do this today.
Oh,
You know,
yeah. Maybe it's like a specific kind of like low tide.
or low enough to get to that rock
Yeah.
because it's like kind of in the water.
Mm-hmm.
But
It seems like where they entered this like liminal space, as they called it, it seemed to like mimic like their world, because they entered a rock that's like kind of off the beach a little bit, and when they leave, they have to like cross a body of water to get to what looks like a beach on the other side. So I wonder if this is like I wonder if it like mimics like our Earth or whatever.
maybe.
But it seems like there's also added stuff, because there's also like a bunch of rocks there, and I don't think there is at this like Blackwater beach. So
And how much like time do you think like passed when they were in there? Because like
Yeah.
they come back and clearly it's all different.
yeah, there's like a time dilation thing going on.
Like a couple days, maybe.
Yeah.
Because
I think the
People were
creature
like-
says that time works a little bit differently, but
right.
yeah. Here's what I don't understand. Because time dilation is like
Everything.
a real... No, yeah, well, okay. Time dilation is like a real thing. I've seen Interstellar. You know,
Okay.
they're on the planet, right, where there's a bunch of water.
Just because it's on Interstellar doesn't mean it's like
It's
real.
like it is real,
How?
because like gravity and light works differently
What?
at like different like spots in the universe. Anyway, assuming it's a real thing, and it is. You don't have to assume. You don't have to assume, but for your feeble mind, Daniel.
Wow. Okay.
Let's say you're on the interstellar planet where there's a bunch of water, and I'm on Earth, and I FaceTime you.
Right.
What the fuck happens?
Right.
Are you moving like a lot slower? Or like
We
even
probably
if you,
can't connect.
even
but
if you're the guy out in space, because there's that guy out in space that was just like chilling in the ship, right?
yeah.
What if he had like a telescope and he was like looking down on the planet? Because time was working differently just on that planet alone. So
The only thing that makes sense to me is like maybe like the days are shorter there, you know, because of like its place to the relevant like sun or whatever, or like the rotation of that planet. But like it doesn't make sense to me that going on this planet, time moves slower for you or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's
Like, I don't think you'll be able to explain it to me, but
it's the way that like light is affected, and you experience light
so
slower than other people experience light, and so you're
wouldn't
like,
that ship be, like
and
be
so
experiencing the same light because it's just coming from a star?
no, because the light from the atmosphere and the gravity of that particular planet was affecting how you perceive time, or like how your body perceives time, because time is moving differently.
So you're saying that they're not aging, but everything outside of that is aging?
They are aging relative to them, and anything outside of that planet was aging relevant to that. And so the guy on the ship said that like he was on the ship for like 8 months or something. Meanwhile, they're only there for like a couple hours.
I thought the dude like dies because he got too old or something.
No, he did get pretty old. Maybe it was like 7 years. I can't remember specifically, but they were only there for like a couple hours because they had to fix the ship or whatever. And then when they leave, you know, the girl that is Matthew McConaughey's son after Bryce Dallas Howard. Is that her name?
Is it?
Or it's the other one with the... No, it's Bryce Dallas Howard, I think.
I don't remember.
She's like older than her dad then at that point. So anyway, my question is, what happens if we FaceTime each other? Would you just be really slow? Because, and I would just be moving like incredibly fast because I'm moving like 1,000 times faster than you.
Maybe.
I just think it's
that FaceTime would only be like a second to me because
years
like
my
are
phone
going
would
by
die. Yeah.
or something.
It would. I just think it'd be funny if I could like see the big wave coming up from behind you, and I'm like trying to warn you the whole time, but like you're experiencing.
Hey.
Yeah.
It's like beep, beep, beep.
And it's just like I don't know what you're going on about, bro. Anyway, back
I'm
to
still
the
not
comic.
convinced, but
Watch the movie again. It'll explain it. I think they do a pretty good job, but it's like an actual theory.
It makes sense, or maybe I'm like extending my disbelief or whatever.
Sophie hasn't seen that movie. I would love to show it to her because I think she would hate it.
Sarah hasn't seen like most Nolan movies,
Really?
except for like Oppenheimer and like Inception.
I haven't seen.
She has to see like TikToks about shit in order to like watch it.
I think Sophie's on that wave too.
So like Memento or something.
I haven't seen Memento all the way through.
Oh, it's so good.
I know.
How do you watch that and just stop?
It was just like on at like a place that I was at, and it was like it was already like a quarter of the way through. And
Good
so
movie. I when that was over,
it's like that one in Dunkirk. I haven't seen.
If it was when that was over, I turned off my TV and just like
you had to sit
was
there
thinking for like a couple minutes because I was trying to piece it together.
I fucking love those movies.
Yeah, you love Memento.
Yeah, or like Shutter Island. Remember that shit?
Yeah, I remember I had to read that book for some reason, and
I didn't know it was a book.
Yeah, and I couldn't I didn't finish it because I'm not a fast reader, but like it was like for a class, and so just having to read that book makes me not like that movie as much.
That's funny. What other Nolan movies?
There's The Prestige.
Seen that?
I haven't seen that one. That's the only one I haven't seen, I think. There's Dunkirk.
I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen Dunkirk?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's good.
Really? I never hear people talk about it too much. I like war movies, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I think people were expecting something because that was the one like after Interstellar or something.
Yeah.
But it was just, it's like one of like
regular war movie.
He still makes it like a little trippy somehow.
Oh, okay, cool.
There's Tenet.
We saw that.
Yeah, in the theater. That was cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Back when in 2021 when they're
we were gonna let the masks stop us.
when they're trying to save cinema or whatever.
Yeah. Oppenheimer, obviously. Inception. Yeah. What was the one after Inception? Was that Interstellar?
I think so.
Damn, what a run.
I think I'm missing one. I'm missing a couple, I know, but
anyway, continuing.
No, we're not continuing. We're gonna talk about these.
Okay, we're gonna talk about these. I will look up.
I'm looking up already.
I'm doing it first.
I have the IMDb app. Do you have IMDb app?
No, I have Google. We got The Dark Knight.
Yeah, there's those.
I've seen those. It's funny we forgot all the Batman movies that it's done.
But like that
on this comic book
those
podcast.
Are like Batman movies.
Yeah. I don't. It's hard to associate them the same, even though they are bangers.
But before Memento, he just had like shorts and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Not the clothing, but like short movies.
He had jorts.
He had some jorts and some cargo shorts, probably. What kind of shorts does Christopher Nolan wear?
How come jorts aren't a thing anymore that people wear?
I think they are always around.
I want one person to just like be the jorts guy and not like Adam Sandler.
Maybe Adam Sandler. I'm sure he's got some jorts.
I think he's kind of the actor jorts guy, but I want like...
Oh, no, dude. Fucking like Kevin Smith.
Or like Jack Black, maybe.
He owns jorts.
Kevin Smith? Oh, yeah. He's a big jorts guy.
Jorts and hockey jerseys.
I want someone like super hot to be wearing them for no reason, you know?
like
Like Ryan Gosling is just a jorts guy. Or like Brad Pitt always wears jorts to like the Academy Awards.
I feel like you could probably wear like short inseam jorts, and then that's just like fashion, you know?
Chino, like shorts.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Daniel,
Yes.
they're like, wow, there's a big monster there, and they try and sneak by, but then the monster. Oh no, they do sneak by.
No, it starts to wake up,
Yeah, it starts to wake up, but they sneak by.
and they use their new powers to
They
keep
put
it
it to
asleep.
sleep. Yep, that's right.
Which is crazy that like you get these new powers like a minute ago.
And you're like,
And you're like, maybe our powers can be used here.
maybe I'm like Mantis.
The ones that we haven't used,
Yeah,
maybe we can just put them to sleep again.
I prefer if like they just sneak by. Maybe the creature like snores a little bit and like moves.
like the scariest snore of all
like
time.
that scene in like Toy Story 2 when they have to like navigate around all the Cheetos
Oh yeah.
and the guy like he like twitches or whatever.
They step on like a Cheetos puff and it's like you're like,
That's a good movie.
that movie was scary as
It
a
is
kid.
kind of weird, isn't it? Anyway, but so they are like, we need to go to Katie's house because it's closest. But the whole neighborhood was like already evacuated,
Or they're
And-
all dead.
or they're all dead. We don't know. So they check a camera that they found on the beach, and they see that the kaiju attacked the beach, and it released a bunch of like little kaiju that like fly around and they eat people.
They're so cute.
And they are pretty cute. And
Yeah.
I always like a found footage scene in comics. Do you agree? Because I think they're kind of this one's done, I think, really well.
I can't think of another example, but I love a found footage movie.
Yeah, I think this one's cool because
What other found footage example in a comic have you seen?
I know I've seen some before.
The face you just made is gonna be the thumbnail.
Ooh, I can't even think of an example. I know surely I've seen one before. This can't be the first time anyone's ever done found footage in a comic, but
If you
I think
know
it's a
of
funny-
found footage, email in.
yes, please
tradewaiterspot@gmail.com.
bail me out right now. But I think it's especially cool in this context because it's just like filming this giant monster.
These little guys, they give kind of like Nope vibes because it's like
Yeah,
you don't understand the construct of them really, and they got
they got like a big friggin' like anteater mouth.
you get eaten by a big old fleshlight thing,
Yeah.
and they don't like shoes. They spit out your shoes.
Also, this kaiju like sucks people up. So there's many ways that they eat people here.
The kaiju section. Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah. And so
Not the shoes though.
not the shoes. The shoes are fine for some reason, which is interesting. But Katie's parents come home and they're like, holy shit, you're here. And they kind of explain what happened from day one and that they stayed in the quarantine zone hoping to find Katie.
So they're clearly not gone that long because they're not really that surprised to
They're like,
see
oh,
them.
you're here. Yeah. So
Like,
it's probably
Katie?
like couple days,
Maybe.
like 4 maybe.
Yeah, or like
Maybe like 2.
they probably just thought they were like lost or something.
Yeah.
So it's
And
not
so-
like a month or something.
Yeah.
To where like they're definitely
They would
dead.
like give up hope.
Yeah.
So the crew figures out that their individual powers are like a little bit more interchangeable to what they need them to be at that moment. And they decide that they need to leave to go find the other parents, let them know that they're okay.
They can't go out at night, Nathan.
Yeah, it's scary, I guess.
Katie's parents say no, but they do it anyway.
They do it like
You know
teenagers.
why?
They are.
Because they're the X-Men.
They're the X-Men.
This is an
kinda
X-Men book.
I wish
Surprise.
it worked more like an X-Men where it's like their powers are kind of more personal to them.
The fact that they can just kind of pick is
Yeah.
kind of bullshit.
I mean, it makes sense, I think, in the context of this book because the whole space that they found was like a hive mind that sort of like changes as you interact with it. So it makes sense that their powers change.
Yeah, but as far
I just
as
wish
like,
that it like stayed like Lux has a black eye, so she has like laser eyes. It's kind of cool, I think. But
right. Yeah, I'd like that as well. And then
Yeah.
because that like,
I
that
don't
gives them an opportunity to figure out how to stop whatever
use their shit together
with their powers and shit.
But I don't blame them for like going this route to try and make it like a little bit more unique.
Matai was tired.
Yeah,
He's like, wrap this up.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
So they go to the next parent's house and they find like Will's uncle. And then they go to Lux's house and they find that her mom left a suicide note because she's sad that she lost her daughter Lux. But when they find that there's still like a warm mug right next to it, they're like, holy shit, she's probably on her way to the beach to go KMS. And so they run to the beach to hopefully catch her, but it's still too late. And then Lux goes like Super Saiyan mode and she does like a laser blast to the kaiju that's there. And this was like a really strong build-up scene. because we see the mom. She's like writing a note, and it's like, oh, that can't be good. When you're looking sad and writing a note.
If I was going to end it, I think I'd definitely finish my coffee, though.
You think so?
Yeah.
What's the point? Where you're going to go attack the day from then on? You know,
attack. You
can take on the day.
Attack my death.
Yeah.
Just because it's really hitting right now.
Maybe she did finish it, and the mug was just still warm. We don't know. But it is interesting. I guess it's like a little cathartic, I guess, for her if she like wrote a note for Lux just in case she ever like comes back and ends up finding it. But she had lost all hope at that point and gone to the beach. And so I don't really know what happened to her. I think she just got eaten by one of the aliens, but her shoes are still there. They don't like shoes, I guess.
That at that panel where her shoes are left up.
She like just
spit
gotten
them out. Yeah.
She just gotten scooped. Okay.
Yeah. And so
I like just this power up. Like, there's not a whole lot of like, double page spreads. I guess there are kind of, but this one in particular is pretty cool because she's powering up.
Well, that's a 1-page spread. And
a splash page. And then does like a big blast, Daniel.
Oh, there's double page.
Do a double page spread.
And then, listeners, you're probably wondering, where's the military in all this? And I guess they've tried to help, but they haven't been able to.
They would have nuked this by now, right?
Yeah, or at least like tried to shoot at the thing.
Yeah,
because it's just one big monster.
There was a jet that had like crash landed.
Yeah, but there's like a perimeter, I guess.
Yeah, they did quarantine it. Maybe they're just monitoring it. They're like, is he gonna poop or is he just gonna stand like that? So
just poops out bodies.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you'd think right now there's like surveillance on like what's going on right now. So they're seeing Lux like go Super Saiyan and shoot lasers out of her eyes,
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it is cloudy, so maybe not. But anyway, there's one of the 2-page breaks there. But going into the next issue, Katie uses her wings as like a shield when the kaiju fights back. And then the whole crew, except for Cleo's dumbass who doesn't have any powers, they all start to fight the kaiju. And then it does a thing where it shoots like 1,000 pod aliens again, which starts to like overpower, all of Cleo's friends. But then Cleo takes like a little fruit from the liminal space area thing and she like eats it.
Also crazy.
Why did you have that idea now? Like, why wouldn't you try that before?
I mean, I guess they didn't need it back then.
That's true.
Yeah, they all turn into Cyclops.
Yes.
And they all attack the thing at one time.
Which is cool. And then so after Cleo eats this thing, I think she throws up. I don't even know. But she turns like Super Saiyan 2. She's got like white hair and shit.
Yeah, that's like Super Saiyan God mode.
Yeah. And so she like starts to cuss out this kaiju and then they all form themselves into like a big like Megazord. Is that what it's called in Power Rangers?
Oh yeah. They pull up Power Rangers.
They pull Power Rangers and now they're a big kaiju and then they fist fight the kaiju.
Cool design though.
Which is pretty fucking cool. It is a really cool design. I agree.
It's like unique.
This is not where I was expecting this book to go.
Yeah, I know.
And so when I saw the splash page of them all together, I'm like, fuck yeah. This this book's winning the Eisner. And just like the Super Saiyan Cleo design, or like when they all do the big chest blast and they're all got their like white eyes going, it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, they burn the monster away, and then they're like back in human form. They start to like apologize to one another about like how they treated each other through like hard times and stuff.
What's funny to think about is if like the people that were sucked up are still alive, they definitely just killed them.
That's a good point.
Yeah. If they're all just chilling in the tummy or whatever, which they're probably not.
They should have sent Katie, but like maybe in like a shield bubble to like see what's going on inside.
Maybe
there.
like rip its mouth open or something.
Yeah.
Double check. Yeah.
Yeah. Or like, when Godzilla like opens like the mouth of that one kaiju and he like does the blast inside of the mouth.
Yeah.
Open up the mouth, see what's in there.
He spits in his mouth. Godzilla's very kinky.
He does get a little kinky in that movie, doesn't he?
He's ahead of the times.
That was such a good like part in that movie.
Was that the first one?
I think it's the first Godzilla, yeah.
Yeah, the Bryan Cranston one?
Yeah. So yeah, they burn the monster and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't a good friend while you're going through hard times or whatever. They're all closer friends now. And so then they go to Cleo's house, and to their surprise, the parents are there with Jake, the missing brother. And so there's like a nice little reunion there. But when Cleo sees the flags that she made in the beginning of the book are different than what she had made, they realize that they are on the wrong Earth.
And her mom's like, why is your hair black?
Yeah.
Like they don't let redheads in or whatever?
Yeah. So she's normally a redhead, huh? But it would make it a little confusing if she was redhead.
Well, she's not normally a redhead, but on this Earth, she's a redhead.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that also helps. And so yeah, there's like a crazy twist reveal that they somehow stumbled onto like the wrong Earth or the wrong dimension. And that's how the book ends. It's like pretty abrupt. It's like,
so is it a limited series, Nathan?
No, there's more Cull coming.
We know that.
We know. She said that on her Twitter, because as soon as I saw that, I went straight to her Twitter and I was like, she had to say this somewhere. I'm sure.
Maybe this book will be disqualified since it's not a limited series.
Yeah, I was wondering how that works, but I guess like
it's only
they knew
like one
that this
trade
was going to be a
time.
limited run. They weren't sure if they're going to make more, maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So pretty cool twist. Like I didn't realize that there was more to this, and so
this blew my fucking mind.
When that fucking happened, I was like,
expected twist.
Yeah.
I thought it was just going to be a straightforward, like
I was like, okay,
crazy sci-fi thing.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what?
Yeah. So pretty fucking sick. Good book overall. Like I like some of the themes of just like depression and like how your friends can help you with depression or whatever. Because that monster, I think, is supposed to be like, you're depressed, and like your friends can use their laser eyes to fight it off.
Your friends can become a big Power Ranger monster to fight depression together.
I wouldn't be sad anymore if I formed a giant Megazord with my friends.
No, I'd be stoked.
Yeah.
Who would be depressed with that?
Yeah. You can't have a bad time in a giant Megazord.
Yeah.
So that was the book, Daniel. Let's get into Back Matter Matters.
Back Matter Matters.
I assume we had the same one, but it's like a sketchbook with like character designs and stuff of all the cast of characters.
It's like hardly designs.
They're just like finished.
Yeah, they're like inked.
Yeah.
And at different angles.
It's like so good even in like this pencils process.
Yeah, if they were just like flat colors and
I would
these
understand.
inks, I'd be like, fuck, these are really good,
Yeah.
But on top, when he does colors too, that's like just another plus because of how great everything's blended,
Yeah. It's still insane to me that this guy just did it,
Get some monster and kaiju designs.
Yeah. Art and colors. So yeah, there's some funky looking monster designs here. Like the original kaiju looked like, more spaghetti, I guess.
Like a vagina?
Before. Yeah. What? You think so? Or like the little red panda thing that they saw kind of looked like a ferret at some point. But yeah, I love these like process pages.
Yeah, these are the answers I needed.
Yeah, because like his roughs are like pretty good.
His roughs are better than my finals.
Yeah, most people's finals don't get to the point as much as this, so it's kind of crazy.
I feel like it probably takes like twice as long because he even like shades like his roughs.
Yeah,
and then he'll add like the inks and like the final pencils and stuff.
Yeah,
then the flats, then the highlights.
He puts like details in his pencils and like inks that don't even show like in the colors because he like colors over them. So he's like creating context for himself that's so good that doesn't even get shown in like the final product.
Like he'll show trees in the foreground and the trees in the background.
Yeah.
But he'll do like the inks for all of them though, and then just changes them in the end.
So pretty unbelievable stuff. That's pretty much it. I only had like those.
I wish
couple pages.
he just had like 5 kids that he knew that he took pictures of, just to explain to me like how this happened.
Yeah, like how do you
make up faces?
How do you make a person?
I don't know.
it's pretty absurd.
Ask God.
So that's the book, Daniel. Tell me, is this an Eisner or is it an Eisno?
That's not funny.
You laughed.
It's an Eisner for sure. If
Eisner
this doesn't win,
sure,
I'm going to be livid.
I will be pretty fucking mad
because like I know there's other good stuff that's nominated, but this is like an excellent book.
It is pretty like I was pretty damn stoked reading this the entire time. I was like, damn, this is it right here.
The
like,
rest
this
of
is
the
what
books,
everything should be.
The rest of the books I'm not going to be reading like all the way through. That's just like
how
I
one sitting,
work.
You mean?
Yeah. Godzilla, it's good. I haven't finished it.
Okay.
Kill Your Darlings, maybe it's good.
Could be good.
Pee Pee Poo Poo.
We don't know.
Superman Lost by Christopher Priest. I'm not the biggest Christopher Priest fan, so I know and it's 8 issues, so I know I'm not flying through that.
Yeah, definitely not.
But
this
I think
stellar.
I think they had this because it's clearly the winner. And then they put some like honorable mentions
to make people feel good,
which are the other nominations.
Yeah,
but like those people, they know they're not winning. They're just like, we need to have like a very diverse runner-ups.
Yeah. something like pee pee poo poo out there.
Yeah, people need to know about pee pee poo poo.
I certainly didn't. So yeah, how would you rate it? Or are we just gonna do eyes ner or eyes no?
No, yeah, just like gotta have it. You know, a very colorful, you know, ice cream, like a cotton candy, I guess, or rainbow sherbet, bro. And then toppings that go with rainbow sherbet. I'm not sure what does, but you know,
I would rate this one of those cakes on Is It Cake?
Oh yeah.
Like really fucking well done, really impressive work. Like, why does this look
you're
like
that's definitely real? And then they cut it, and you're like, what?
Why does this look like a shoe? You know?
Yeah.
And so then they cut it, and you're like, what the fuck?
You're
like, why does this look like a plate of spaghetti?
You're
and
like, is that snake real?
Yeah.
You know, I'm like,
yeah, shit like that. Where I'm like, this shouldn't. I've never seen this.
What if on like Is It Cake? They have to make a cake snake or a snake cake, but like they actually have an actual snake there.
It's like moving,
but no, it's like it isn't moving.
Oh, it's dead.
No, it's staying still.
Oh,
and then they go to cut into it, and it's just like, you know, they're like, it's a cake.
That's like the Is It Cake horror movie.
Yeah. Dude, we got a bit. We got a sketch.
Dude, that's a good sketch. What else could they cut into?
A baby.
Fucking serial killers. A serial killer cake.
Yeah.
Or like monster movie. Or like slasher movie. Is It Cake? And it's just like, you try and cut into Jason, he cuts into you.
Ooh.
Oh.
And then your cake.
And then yeah. Dude, the twist is your cake the whole time. Holy shit, dude, we got something.
It's like that TikTok where the dude like grabs his ass and there's like cake in it. Because like everything in his room is cake.
Yeah. Fuck. That's a funny sketch. That's some Key and Peele shit.
I'll cut this out. We'll do it.
Yeah. we can't let this go to the masses. So yeah, let's go into the pull list, Colin.
Shove in your box. The pull list. What did you shove in your box? What you getting this week, Nathan?
Big ol' week for me.
Fat week.
Big ol' week.
I wrote down shit I'll probably get, but I'm like, it's a lot of shit.
Are you going to get Godzilla Skate or Die?
Absolutely. If I get nothing, that is what I'm getting.
Yeah, that is some good shit. I also picked up Into the Unbeing, #1. It's by Zach Thompson and Hayden Sherman. It was just something that was on my radar. Saw it came out. It's got a cool cover too, so I picked it up. Transformers #9. Green Lantern #12. And then the Deadpool Wolverine World War III #2 came out. That's everything I got.
Ultimate X-Men 4 come out?
Oh, I also got that. Yeah.
Okay. What about Remote Space, Nathan?
I did not get that.
By Cliff Rathbun.
I don't know what that is. Remote Space.
No, you showed me the pages because like Cliff Rathbun's only like
wait, that came out already?
I think #1 came out today.
Ooh, I'll have to go back then because that looks really good. Wait, I thought that was like just announced not too long ago.
Yeah,
or maybe it was like sold out at my shop,
or they didn't get it,
That could also be it.
Yeah, maybe they're like, oh, if people ask for it, we'll order it. I think Whisper Queen #2 came out, the Chip Zdarsky book, so probably get that. And I saw that Mad Magazine 38 is coming out, so if that's at the shop, I will get it and then just pick up from there.
Nice,
because I love the magazine concept.
Yeah,
you know, where it's just like a couple pages, you know, little gag or whatever.
Yeah, like a little.
Those
gag.
only get pretty political, and I feel like
I think that's the space
during
for
an election year. That'd be like a pretty good time to have it.
Yeah, there's some bangers.
Yeah. But they're on like 38. How did like this been going on for like 3 years and we just like haven't seen like Mad? Maybe we need to like order it, or maybe it's
I don't know
because I
how it
saw
works.
Mad Magazine at like one of those airport convenience stores.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's numbered or if it's like dated like a magazine is.
I would assume it's dated.
Right. But on the
but this one
on the
says
website
38.
it says Mad Magazine 38. So I don't know, maybe if it's Mad Magazine the comic.
Yeah.
You know, if that's like separate.
I don't know how it works.
I should have got fucking and just like read it on like the plane and shit.
That would be that'd be fun. So
because I don't want it to like die. Because what if it's like you want to read it?
Was for a while.
Yeah, right. Because I thought it was dead, and the fact that it's like still around, I'm like, oh, we should like keep this around because I already experienced what it's like when it's gone. You know,
because I think there's some gems in there. What else are you picking up?
That was it. What'd you read, David?
I finished Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong.
Ooh.
It fucking rules.
Hell yeah.
It's actually way better than it should be. It is so goddamn fun. It might be like my favorite thing from DC this year.
Whoa.
It's so... They like nailed the friggin...
Should I add it to the Tradewaiters Awards?
Yes, 100%. Like they get just the insanity, but they don't let it go too far, but they get it, dude.
The concept...
Are you gonna there's like one part that it's not even like a spoiler, but at one point Batman's in like a Batman mech to like fight one of the kaiju.
Nice.
And he does the thing where he breaks its back over his knee, his like mech knee.
Ooh.
And I'm like,
he pulls a long Halloween, dude.
No.
Or Nightfall.
Nightfall. He pulls a Nightfall on one of the kaiju, and I'm like, Batman knows that shit hurts, huh? That's why he does it.
Oh, I don't have 7. I need to get 7.
Yeah, it's great. There's so many just like stupid fun ideas in
I
there.
could probably like shotgun that. You know?
Yeah, it's very shotgunnable. So I finished that.
Yeah, if we ever review that, we got to have Dom on. He would love it.
Oh, 100%. He would, yeah, he would be all over it. And then I also read that Into the Unbeing book I picked up today.
Okay.
I picked it up because I liked the concept of it
What's the concept?
Or maybe it's like I saw some of the art and I was like, this looks pretty good. But the concept is it's like about 20 years in the future and the world's like super hot from probably global warming. And there's like this team of scientists in the outbacks of Australia that all of a sudden discover there's like an earthquake that happened, and the result of it created like a mountain that looks like a person, like a big person. Like, you know how in the end of
The earthquake did?
yeah, like an earthquake shifted some dirt and shit around, and it made it look like the end of like Eternals when like the guy came out. Not as big as that, but they go to check it out, and the end of the issue is them like going into its mouth. And there's like some weird shit that's happening, like, you know,
more red flags, dude.
Yeah.
People are just going into mountains.
well, I think they had like a reason to like go in. It's like started raining or something, but so
not that they're like scientists and that's like their job and they're like the guys to go in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, who do you call if you're like a scientist? Be like, we need someone to go somewhere where they will die, you know?
Yeah, they're doing this like for science or whatever, and yeah, I think it was like pretty solid. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more horror-esque because the cover art for it definitely gives like a horror book, but I'm gonna give it one more and see what's going on inside the mouth of this mountain.
What's the publisher?
Image or Dark Horse or the neither of those.
What's it called?
Into the Unbeing. It came out today.
Sounds more Dark Horse. Oh yeah, I saw this. Zach Thompson, right. Yeah, that's a cool cover.
Yeah, crazy cover, right? So I'm like, there's some eerie shit going on here. Art's really fucking good too, like really good coloring.
And when you use like Times New Roman as like your font, it's gonna be pretty creepy, you know.
Is that what it is?
It might be something else, or it might be like Helvetica or something.
Yeah. And then I also read a book that I'm gonna just recommend that you read the first issue of.
Are you giving it to me to read?
Yeah.
Is it something new?
Yeah. Last week.
Do I know about it?
It's called Precious Metal. I talked about it last week. It's got Ian Bertram on there. I thought it was Jerry Dugan. That was a different thing that I was going to read this week, but I forget what the writer's name is. But this is the team that was on Little Bird. We were trying to figure out what Ian Bertram was on. So it's the same creative team.
Darcy Van
Polgeest, yeah.
Matt Hollingsworth. This looks cool.
It's
cool cover.
fucking crazy.
Wow.
It's almost like...
Oh, from the world of Little Bird.
Yeah, so this is like a Little Bird prequel. I don't know how much more context I would have had if I read Little Bird and then this.
Probably a lot.
But it is a prequel, so I'm pretty sure you don't need to read Little Bird in order to understand it. But it is just like, it's insane. It's like if Tradmore and Frank Quitely art like had a baby.
Is the cover artist the interior artist?
I think so.
Okay.
For sure.
I'm interested.
Like he is... It's like if Wolverine was in like some weird fucking space thing that like makes no sense. And like you'll kind of like understand. He kind of just like looks like Wolverine. I think that's why I say that. But
I thought Little Bird was like a fantasy thing.
This feels like a Love, Death, and Robots episode or something.
Ooh.
Like there's just weird shit happening. You don't understand it. So I'll just say that you probably won't understand what's going on, but it's pretty damn cool. So
yeah, maybe it'll warrant a Little Bird episode.
Yeah, I'm interested in reading Little Bird because I think it's only 4 issues. So.
Yeah, if you start reading it, take some notes.
I will. So that's what I read this week. Oh, and then I also read Ultimates #1.
You're gonna get #2.
I don't know. I don't think I liked it.
Is it? Yeah, okay. Is
It's
it
like
the team cool? Or
The team's like Iron Man, Doctor Doom, but it's like Reed Richards Doctor Doom. I don't know what happened there. Because I think he's also the maker, so I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, the makers from the Ultimate Universe, right?
Thor and Sif. It's like a young Iron Man. So he's like a teenage Iron Man. And then Captain America right as he's out of the ice. And then they recruit like Hank Pym and Janet, the Wasp.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know what's happening, but it's a continuation of the Ultimate Universe like series that was like a couple issues, and so I think it was a lot of just trying to explain what's happening from that to now. And there's like a lot. It wasn't like Hickman writing it, so I wasn't like completely lost the whole time.
Right.
But it didn't. I don't know. I thought it was gonna be different, so I didn't like it as much as I thought I would. So maybe if it's a light week, I'll pick up number 2 because I think that's starting to pick up. But
yeah,
it wasn't as crazy about it as I thought it was gonna be.
Gotcha.
I
didn't pick it up.
Other Ultimate stuff, way better so far.
Okay.
What'd you read this week?
So I read a book from Boom Studios. It came out in like 2011, I think.
Okay.
And it is Planet of the Apes, Nathan.
Whoa! Let's go.
And it was a book that came out like when Rise of the Planet of the Apes was coming out like that same year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was for that. I guess it would be.
Yeah.
But
it's not linked to that story is what you're saying?
Right.
Okay.
It's 500 years before the OG movies.
Okay.
So in the OG movies, like the, society's like, I guess, established or whatever.
So there's people.
Right.
Okay.
And because Marvel has Planet of the Apes right now, I think because of the Fox merger thing.
Probably.
And so they're currently coming out with stuff, which I'll read. But I just want to read this because it's like 16 issues. And there was like an omnibus that I'm trying to hunt down, but I can't find. But it's really sick.
What's it about?
So it's like apes and humans coexisting. It's in this like different city. It's called like Mach or something.
Okay.
M-A-K. And there's clearly something that made like, the apes start to talk and whatnot, and humans not so much. So society has been like rebuilt at this point. So they're coexisting, and there's like capitalism in this.
Like monkey capitalism?
Kind of, yeah. Because like the humans, they work in like factories and stuff. They're supposed to be kind of equals, but there's definitely a lot of like headbutting, and there's a kind of speciesism or whatever.
Speciesism.
Yeah, apes are kind of like in charge. Like they're like all the leaders and whatnot, and the humans are in like the ghettos and whatnot.
Okay.
And they're kind of split up in different like areas of the city. And then there's like a bridge, and they're called like Caesar bridges.
Okay.
Or whatever. So Caesar is like the messiah of, or like the who they worship in a way. And the first issue starts off with someone called the Lawgiver, which is one of the apes, and he's killed by like a human that is dressed up as like a ninja kind of.
Whoa.
But he's got like an automatic rifle, which is not something that they have in this
doesn't exist
world.
yet?
Yeah. Or like it exists. They talk about how it was in like the history books.
Oh, okay.
But they weren't sure, like, and so somehow either someone's making these or they found it or something. And the Lawgiver, he's kind of like, it seems like he's like the like president in a way. He's like making all the rules and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of distrust between like the two like groups. And yeah, I've read like 3 issues of it, and it's fucking awesome.
Is it? That's awesome.
I love it.
Is it for sure a human that did it, or could it have been a monkey?
It's like for sure. Ooh.
Could it have been a monkey in a ninja costume?
If you just fucked this movie. I think it was a human because like
looks. I mean,
there's like
there's
like a difference.
Yeah, like a physical like silhouette difference.
Right, and so that's kind of unfolding. I didn't write down like who worked on it. It wasn't anyone I like recognized. But I liked how, because a lot of the Planet of the Apes comics are like, especially the Marvel ones, are just comics versions of the movies, which I didn't want, and so I was looking for like kind of like the side stuff.
a new thing.
And so, and also stuff that's not like connected necessarily. A lot of them are like weaved into like what the movies are. And there's a lot of companion books too that like are stories that go with the movies and
Right.
whatnot. So I didn't want that. So this one was just separate, so you could just kind of start.
That's cool. Yeah. That's
You know.
how they should be.
Yeah. So I took a deep dive into the Planet of the Apes comics Wikipedia,
Oh, wow.
and it's not that long actually. There's not actually a lot of comics, even though they've been coming out for a long time. You know.
Very cool.
Pretty cool. Oh, and even David Walker did like a run. I think it's either a couple years old or it came out this year. I can't remember.
Okay.
But there's plenty to work with.
Nice.
So
Pretty sweet.
yeah. Did you watch anything?
First 2 episodes of Star Wars Acolyte.
Ooh, how's that?
Did you watch it?
I asked you how it is. I mean, I have not.
Okay. I think it's good.
Yeah, you gonna finish it?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think so.
I'll watch.
I don't know how long it is.
and then we can like maybe talk about it a little bit more. But
yeah, I think it gets. I mean, it's Star Wars, so it's going to get hate, but I think it's getting unnecessary hate for sure.
Oh wow, it's because there's no white men.
Not enough white men. Wish there's some more white men.
That is one of my notes, but
Squid Game guy, he's like a Jedi in this, and he had to like learn English for this role. So I think it's kind of cool.
Wow, yeah, that's
like
crazy.
he speaks English in it, and it's really pretty solid, I would say. But,
yeah, he's speaking only Korean in that.
but I mean, just overall, it definitely feels like good Star Wars because there's like a lot of puppet aliens that they're doing, and like a lot of practical environments, like actual
those.
environments, and
Yeah.
like practical props that like seem very like scrappy future technology. You know?
So hold on, I watched Squid Game with like the dubs, right?
Mhm.
It'd be funny
Okay.
if like everyone spoke English, but him it was just a dubbed voice, like. But he's just
Like the bad dubbed voice.
Yeah,
That Squid, dude,
he's-
Squid Game dub was so bad.
It was mostly bad, yeah.
It was comical,
but I also didn't switch it, you know.
that's terrible.
So yeah,
I couldn't stand it. I was like, that's taking me out.
I definitely didn't binge that show because I need like a break from the dubs.
Yeah.
We
That's how you know
like
it's good.
we like watch that and then watch like an episode of like other shit, you
Okay,
know, and then just kind of
nice.
jump back.
But yeah, I think he's really cool. I think some of the action feels different, more like kung fu, I would say.
Okay,
And they're exploring some ideas that like we haven't seen before. So I like it. I think it's cool. There's like a little twist in like the first episode. I won't spoil it, but pretty good. I'm liking it so far.
sweet.
I think the 3rd episode came out today. People are mad about it. I haven't watched it yet though. So pretty cool.
Nice.
I also watched Furiosa.
Ooh, did you do Garfiosa, Nathan?
I did not do Garfiosa. I forgot that was a thing.
Dang, dude, you didn't do Lasagna Taylor Joy?
No. That's
Ooh,
good. I should have done that.
well, I did a double feature, Nathan.
What'd you do?
I did not do Garfiosa, but I did In a Violent Nature and Furiosa.
In a Violent Nature.
So In a Violent Nature was like a Shudder movie that was a preview in
Was it the guy
Late
walking
Night with the Devil? Yeah.
The guy walking around in a forest?
Yeah, it's like it's kind of
It's like a third person POV
yeah, it's like a
thing?
third person
Yeah.
and through the point of view of like a slasher.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? And he's like a
That looks good. Is it
Jason
good?
Voorhees thing. It was okay.
Okay, cool.
Dom fucking loved it. He wants another one. You know,
Really?
I'm like,
Okay, wow.
come on, because it's like 75% like walking, like him watching this dude walk around like the woods.
What do they do to make it interesting?
Did nothing.
He's just there's no
So okay,
you can't like see people in the distance that he's approaching on or
you
whatever.
can, you can, and
Okay.
they play it like it's like a video game to where like you hear people's voices like when they're even though they're very far away, so you can
Mhm.
hear what people were talking about, and then like you kind of at some points you hear them notice the guy and stuff like that,
And then he
you-
goes into his inventory and he's like, okay, I got to equip the machete.
yeah, shit like that, and so
And then
a
he
lot of walking. There's like
no fast traveling, I guess.
no, I mean there's like cuts and stuff. It's not always
Yeah.
that they'll like have the people scenes or whatever. There's this one bit that pissed me off. It was like they were telling like the myth of like the ghost stories of this town or whatever
Mhm.
about the guy, and it's like this like campfire scene of like 6 people,
Okay.
and the camera's like going like around them, and I got fucking dizzy, dude. I was like, I'm getting car sick right
you
now.
did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just because like it was going the same pace all the way around, it didn't stop at all, and it went for like 5 minutes, and I was like,
Interesting.
what the fuck? And I think it only like would affect me, but
No, there's people that get like pretty car sick from
right.
or motion sick from stuff like that.
But yeah,
Interesting.
like conceptually it's cool. Execution pretty cool. You can tell it's like low budget, but not like in a bad way.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it did pretty good, which is good. There's like one scene that's just like a little ridiculous as far as like the brutality, you know, but it like doesn't seem like something that this like undead person would do.
Yeah.
You know,
would you have it on in the background of a Halloween party?
If you want people not to watch it, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you haven't seen it, maybe you'll be interested by it. But I guess it could. Yeah,
because
it's like
a slasher in the point of view.
It's kind of like
a
white noise scary movie.
Okay,
kind of
all
thing.
right,
but
not bad.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that actually like scared me. Like, there's not really like jump scares, you know, because you kind of see everything. But I guess like the scariest part is like
it's just like, what is he gonna do?
It'll be there's that, and then it'll be showing the people. And then you'll see him in the background just standing there.
Oh,
and I'm like, oh fuck,
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so there's some good parts.
Yeah,
I think I gave it like a 6 or 7.
Ooh, okay.
So, but on the scale of like everything, there's just things I didn't like.
Nice. But
anyway, Nathan, Fast and Furiosa.
Fast and Furiosa, Too Furiosa.
Yeah, Too Fast, Too Furiosa.
I think it was good.
You think it was good?
Yeah.
I thought it was incredible, Nathan.
I thought I was pretty jazzed by it.
I was
the entire
stoked.
time.
I think it's my second favorite movie of the year.
Ooh, what's first?
Dune Part 2.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I think this is awesome. I didn't really know what to expect going in. I didn't really watch a whole lot of trailers, just whatever was like on quick TV spots.
It's probably good, yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't realize that like a good chunk of the movie was going to start with like not Anya Taylor-Joy, but like
the first
young
hour
Furiosa.
of the movie did not have Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
Or Anya.
But that's still like it was still pretty like intriguing stuff. But
yeah,
as soon as I saw her, I was like, oh shit, yeah, she's in this.
I guess because I saw that kid, I'm like, that kid looks just like her. Who the fuck did they get her?
Does.
But they deep faked her face to make it look like
really
Anya Taylor-Joy. Yeah, they made like her eyes bigger and like made her like lip do that thing or whatever.
Interesting.
Where it comes up a bit. It's because I'm like, that's got to be like her fucking little sister or something.
Yeah,
but
it seems pretty close.
Because like because she gets like a little older, and then like the part where it is Anya Taylor-Joy, you're not actually sure.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and it seems like young Anya Taylor-Joy too. So they did a really good job with that, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was like structured differently than Fury Road. Obviously, it's not as like raw, I would say, as Fury Road.
It's not as like go.
Yeah, yeah. But because I think the nature of it being a prequel, like it's better that they're explaining like a lot of the lore or whatever that's like about Fury Road.
Yeah,
like I was really interested in all of the lore parts.
Came first.
Yeah.
What did you say?
I liked the like learning about all the different like factions and like the lore of Fury Road. I think that works so much better in like this
because
this
of
instance.
that. I like this more than Mad Max. I rated it higher.
Yeah, definitely.
I gave it 4.5 stars.
Yeah, and you still see like the Proud Boys. What are they called?
The
Soldier Boys.
The fact that you call it Proud Boys, I'm like, fuck, is that it?
No, it's not.
War Boys.
Thank you. They're super fun in this too. Like they have like those cranes that are like picking up like random cars and shit in the Citadel, and I was like, this is kind of fun. So
there's like a bit where like one of them like attacks, and I thought he was gonna like start fighting one of them, but no, it was like a kamikaze thing.
Yeah,
and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, the way that whole scene,
the
way that whole scene plays out, it's like you got to pick one.
The whole like witness me thing, is so cool to me.
It's so good.
It just like tells like so much on like how this world works, and like what these dudes like brainwash to think.
Yeah, totally. And I like that there's sort of like a weird economy sort of standoff thing happening where there's like Bullet Farm, and then there's Gas Town or whatever it's called, and then it's like the Citadel, which provides water and food, and it's like they just kind of go circularly.
Yeah, and they're not necessarily all like on the same side.
Yeah,
they kind of like have to work together.
But the perimeter of this whole thing feels like only like 10 miles.
It seemed like from my house to your house kind of thing.
Yeah, it does feel like that.
Like the Phoenix metropolitan area.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that this is like actually based in Australia. Like
it's in Australia.
I didn't know that was, like I know it's like filmed there, but I didn't know it was like canonically in Australia. Mm-hmm. It's like probably spoilers for the rest of this, but like when it like zooms in and it's like, oh, that's Australia.
Yeah.
I just kind of always assumed it was like some other Earth kind of thing.
I did know that, but when they did that, I was like, oh yeah, Australia.
It was cool because like with it being a prequel, I'm like, oh, maybe it'll be closer to like the older movies, which it kind of was when it was just like bikers and shit, and like the cars weren't like Mad Maxy enough.
Yeah.
And then that kind of like builds up.
One thing I did wish they did have is that there was more like random like characters, I guess. Like in Fury Road, there's a guy with a guitar with like the flamethrower.
The Doof Warrior.
You're not topping the Doof Warrior.
The Doof Warrior was in this.
He was in this, but I hope that I was hoping for like more random archetype people like that in here. Like
it was more new
just,
people.
Yeah, like more random,
like reusing people.
Yeah. So it feels like there's more identifiable, just like random characters in the background. You're like, oh, I wonder what that guy's about. But in this one, there wasn't like super unique people like that.
I mean, I disagree because then there's like Chris Hemsworth and there's there's that Jack dude, Praetorian Jack.
Yeah,
and he's like a new character.
But those are
her
like
mom and stuff like that, you know. So these new main characters.
Yeah, new main characters I think are great. I was just kind of
expecting for more like
just like random
crazy
people,
background.
Like point at that guy and be like, what the fuck is he about? You know?
Yeah.
Like, because I think that's one of the strengths of that one. I mean, it's just kind of like a nitpicky thing.
Yeah.
Other random thing, I guess, you know, getting into spoilers for the whole thing. She never goes back to like her original village.
It seemed pretty feasible for most of the movie.
It seems like she could have figured it out. I mean, she tattooed her arm, and it's like it seems like you memorize that at this point, right? So
yeah,
or like you have a good idea of like how to get there. Yeah, well, like it seems like you have a pretty good solid idea of like how to get there. So but you know, there's no closure like that. Like, is there still a village that's like, man, I miss Furiosa, you know? Or like, I would have even appreciated if like she went back and they're like all dead. Not like appreciated that, but like it would make sense that she would just go back to the Citadel because she's not going to survive there on her own, you know? So that's the only thing I was like, there's no closure there.
When's the last time you saw Mad Max?
I saw like the first half of it when Sophia was rewatching it, but I went to the gym.
So they like touch on that in Mad Max.
Oh, do they? What do they say?
So they go back to, you know, that place, and that's where that like there's like a tree that in the middle of the desert.
Oh, is that when she like kneels on the ground and starts yelling?
Right, because she finds like the last of those people, and it's like old people, and because like it's gone.
Ooh, okay, got it.
Yeah. So,
all right, well that makes sense. I'm gonna reel that one back.
So the plus that Mad Max has is that I don't know if it's all practical, but it looks all practical.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this one has CGI in it.
Yeah, and that's like pretty clear,
which is
cool
fine. Because you can do more and not like risk people's lives or anything. But you can also like see it.
You can definitely feel it in Fury Road, which is why I say it's like more raw. I would say because it's just like there's things going on, and you're like, wow, that's like a motorcycle that jumped over this huge like freight car.
Yeah, I'm like, where'd they get that truck or whatever?
Or like the actual like pole people, like they're actually doing that. Like the Proud War Boys, they're like actually on the pole doing. I'm sure they are in this movie too, but like there's things like that in like the first movie where it's like this is like they're doing that. Like they built these fucking cars somehow. And there's a little bit more CGI in this one.
The only CGI that really like stood out to me was like when people like fell. When they like fell off of like cars and stuff, it just seemed like they're moving too fast.
Yeah,
and it like even if they're on like a speeding car, it just seemed like it just didn't feel like real gravity or whatever.
Yeah, a scene I really liked in this is, and I don't know if this faction was in Fury Road, but there's those people that are in like those glider like things, those like glider cars. Yeah. There's like the faction.
There's
like,
no air stuff in Mad Max.
Yeah,
so
I fucking love those guys.
That road war was like insane.
It was
that was like
so
probably the best
good,
part.
So fun. Yeah, I just like that they're in those like air glider things, and one of them has like the kite thing following behind it, and it's just like that action was so creative, and it was like so much chaos too because Furiosa was trying to use it to like hide and escape, and there's like so many like things dynamically happening in the story where it's like, well, there goes her like motorcycle she was going to use to like get away and all of her food and stuff. So it's like, shit, what is she going to do here? And so like the way that the dynamic changes throughout that whole fight is so interesting. And then plus on top of that, you have these fucking maniacs that are in like those air gliders just doing whatever.
Yeah, that was really fun.
It was really, really fun. It was like my favorite scene.
The part that made this seem like too prequel-y is that they're like building the war rig. You know, the big truck thing that she's driving. And it just kind of seemed like something that's probably like been around for like generations almost.
Yeah, especially if they have
like,
this.
On top of the Furiosa origin, we also get the origin of the truck thing that she drives, you know?
Yeah. It
and her
seems like
boomstick and her arm and stuff.
the arm makes sense.
Arm makes sense.
I want to see the arm.
Dude, that shit made me like jump.
I winced twice in this movie, and it was when her arm got stuck between the big wheel.
Yeah.
And then when there was maggots in that shit.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
fucking hated that scene. I was like, get me out of here.
There's like an actual jump scare in this. Do you remember that? I can't remember what the situation was. I think it was like...
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was like in the beginning when like... I think it's when she is... Oh, it's when she's like
at the very
sabotaging
yeah. Okay, I remember that.
the bikes, and then
A guy
the
grabs
dude
her.
comes up. Yeah, and it was like loud. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't remember it being super loud. But
It was like loud enough for me to jump, you know? Maybe I wasn't paying attention and then the noise happened, but...
yeah. I don't understand how she got away when she like actually like took her arm off.
Yeah, because there's people like circling them
around her. I mean, maybe like I think what they are trying to do is like there's so much dust from all of them stopping that no one could see her, and so she was able to get away.
Yeah,
but she would have had to like take somebody out of like their motorcycle.
And
presumably.
how'd she cut her arm off?
I think it was like pretty close, and so she just went for it.
It didn't seem like it was that far.
I would have liked to have seen her like chop it off or something to get away.
I don't need like a 127 hours again. You know?
I would like that. It seems like that it would be kind of interesting to see in this movie. But Daniel, important part of this movie. There's some dogs in this movie.
Yeah.
There's like, I don't know what, like mastiffs or something. I don't know what breed they are. I don't know any dog breeds other than dogs that I've owned, but you know, they were like running around a lot of time. There's a couple times where I'm like, that seems pretty dangerous for a dog to be, but no dogs die, Daniel.
Yeah. Good movie.
A good movie. It's not a bad movie.
What was kind of last thing I wanted to mention is like, so Praetorian Jack, he's like helping her out like a lot, you know, like helping her with like road war and shit like that.
Yeah.
And is going to help her like escape. And that was like the plan at first.
Yeah.
And I didn't like sense any like chemistry there. It seemed like mostly platonic, almost like a mentor kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it was.
But then like as they were like captured and Chris Hemsworth, Dementis was like, you know, interrogating them or whatever, they like get like very close, you know, like looking at each other and whatnot. And it seemed like they're like about to make out kind of thing.
Yeah.
I know they do like the head touch thing, and that's like their bonding kind of thing, or like
they're like
intimacy or whatever.
Yeah.
But it didn't seem like that's what that was. It seemed like they would have made out if no one was there.
I never really got that sense. I guess, yeah, maybe. I
think if they got away, it would have been like a thing.
They fuck for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I could see that. I do like that there wasn't like a big kiss or whatever at the end before he dies, you know?
Right.
It did feel like very platonic or like very homey-like for most of the time, which I think is pretty cool. Because like this guy is just trying to be a good guy. He's not trying to get in someone's pants, you know?
Right. And so I liked it at first, but then when it got to like that point, which I guess you didn't notice, but when I noticed it, I was like, okay.
But it makes sense because she like goes back to like save him when he's in like a pretty fucked up situation. So like he's not getting out of that alive. He's just trying. He's just trying to do damage.
That was a fucking cool scene.
It was a very cool scene, and I was super hyped when she went back.
Yeah.
Just like her being on like the sniper was like pretty fun. Yeah, very cool. I don't think that the War Rig version 1, the thing on the back that spins.
Oh yeah, like the truck nuts.
The truck nuts that spin. Like that doesn't seem very practical in any situation other than what situation that they were in at that moment.
Yeah.
You know? So I was like, this is kind of weird.
Maybe
like,
that was like a normal thing back then or whatever.
Yeah. Or maybe like it was more normal for people to like climb onto the back of the truck. And so that's how they'd prevent it. But it seems like a lot of people would be okay getting on the truck in any other way.
Another bit that I thought was kind of like annoying. Like I know it's like a long movie already. But when Dementis is going to the Citadel and there's like a war between like the War Boys and like his crew or whatever, they just like skip past all that.
Yeah, I would have liked to see the beginning of it. They did Game of Thrones, as I call it, where they build up this really big war and then they skip to the end. And I'm like, What the fuck? They also said that war took 40 days. No shot.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
That war
Are they
takes
resting in between?
Maybe 40 hours. Like,
yeah, because like there's maybe like
there's no
a few hundred
trenches.
war boys or whatever,
Yeah.
or people in the Citadel, and then Dementis' crew is like maybe like 40 people,
They're all out there. No, I wouldn't. It was definitely more than like 40 people, but it was
maybe like 100 or
like 40
200.
cars probably,
Right?
because they were all traveling to the Citadel, like low key. So it's like if you have
But
a
not low
billion
key
cars,
enough, because like they knew they were coming still.
well, that was only because they got fed the information from Furiosa.
Right.
If they took the bait and went on the thing, they were like on this like weird trench road, you know, so they
Yeah.
would have been able to slip past.
And they were wasting water, so
But I
they
just
wouldn't
think
make dirt.
saying that the war took 40 days is a little crazy because like that's not how they fight. Like they're not doing like super tactical warfare, it seems like.
Yeah.
But I think they just
it's
needed
like
a reason.
explosions and guns
Yeah.
and shit.
I think they just needed a reason for Furiosa to like develop an arm. But even 40 days for that arm that's like pretty high tech, it seems, is like pretty short. So it's like,
Yeah, they made it seem like she built that in like 5 minutes.
yeah, they made it seem like she took it from something else that like wasn't designed for an arm and
Yeah.
like put it on. So I don't know. I like that it has like a little engine on it though for like power cutting or something.
Yeah, if you have
She's-
trouble with steak or something.
Yeah,
Because it's just on the finger or whatever.
she's like a little Woody toy.
yeah,
You're
it
my
looks like way
favorite
cooler on
deputy.
her than it does on like
Charlize Theron.
Charlize Theron, yeah.
It's about the same.
It just, or maybe it's just bigger and it
I think it has like a shoulder
upgraded it.
pad, which is kind of cool.
Right. Which is neat. Because like you almost don't notice it on Charlize Theron,
Yeah.
like for the first like half or so of the movie.
Yeah,
Until she like takes it off.
but yeah, I liked it a lot. I think it's great.
And then this movie goes up to the start of like Mad
Fury
Max
Road.
Fury Road.
Was that Charlize Theron at the end, or was it still Anya Taylor-Joy?
So a lot of people say it was, but it just looked like Anya Taylor-Joy to me.
It did to me as well.
Because
But
I don't
since
think any of the brides were there. Actually, I think because it was like there's like light and there's like gleaming, so I
Yeah.
don't think
Mhm.
anyone's faces. It was just kind of like their likeness or whatever.
Yeah, like you know who it's supposed to be. kind of
But
deal.
Charlize Theron was like not a part of this like at all.
yeah,
So and I don't even think they could have like deep faked her or whatever.
yeah, that wouldn't have been chill.
So I didn't. I like listened to like some podcasts about it, and everyone was saying that she was in it, but I didn't get that at all.
Yeah, me neither. I like the just ending interaction between Dementis and Furiosa. She's kind of like torturing him in a bit.
That was
Of a way.
cool. I don't know if I like what she did to him.
Like the seed.
Yeah, she like made him a tree or something somehow.
It's like a metaphor.
Sure.
I don't buy
Like
that
like
he
this,
was
like,
like living through all that, but like I get the metaphor, so I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it was alright.
So
But overall, I loved it, and
yeah, pretty sick. I'm
I think
super
'cause,
glad
like,
I caught it in theaters.
the
too.
biggest thing, yeah, definitely. The biggest thing with Mad Max is like there's too much not explained, and I like a little bit of explanation
yeah,
because they just briefly talk about like the bullet farm and like the gas place or whatever.
yeah. This one definitely elaborates on it,
Yeah.
which is nice.
So
It was really funny watching Sophia watch Fury Road because she didn't really remember much of it. And so the first like 20 minutes, she's doing that thing where she's like, I don't get it. And I was like, just watch. And then I went to the gym. So I was like, you can't ask me anymore. So
did you like make her watch it?
no, she decided to watch it on her own because she
Yeah.
knew that we were going to go see it. Like she wanted to go see it. She remembers liking Fury Road, but couldn't remember much about it. So
Yeah, you know what? When I rewatched it, I think I remembered like all the important stuff like pretty clearly. You know, and there's just kind of like some details that I got from rewatching it. You know,
yeah, I watched that movie twice in theaters. So
really. Oh yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I think I just like that this one has like plot. You know,
for sure.
and because Mad Max really is just like they're driving, trying to find a place,
And then they
it's
go
not
back.
there, and then they go back,
Like, oh,
which is crazy.
that is very funny.
And so, anyway, good movie.
Good stuff.
What are you gonna read next week, Nathan? What are we gonna read next week?
We got to read another Eisner nom. An Eisnom, right?
Next episode is 222.
Oh, 222.
Do you want to do a 2 comic?
Yeah, we should do.
Did you try reading that Two-Face book?
I said I would and I didn't.
I read the first issue and it's okay.
Okay, so what should we do?
So I was thinking about this, and I think we should only do something if we have a good idea and I don't think we have a good idea.
I don't think we have a great idea.
So, and in recent news, Suicide Squad Isekai is coming out. And so our next book would come out like that same weekend.
Okay.
And Carter said that he wanted to be on
For Suicide Squad?
For Suicide Squad. So we just got to decide a Suicide Squad book to do.
Okay. I have some ideas.
So do I. Did you know that Tom Taylor did a Suicide Squad book?
That was what I was going to recommend.
Okay. So that's a contender. But it's weird that I haven't like heard about it until like I looked into it.
Oh, I've read like the first couple issues.
Oh, yeah?
It's pretty fun. People die all the time.
Ooh, nice.
Which is nice. It's like fun.
So Suicide Squad
But not,
Isekai
like, cool.
doesn't even like really look like much of a Suicide Squad thing. It just kind of looks like a Harley Joker thing.
Yes, it does. So we're not like tied down to a specific.
That's definitely my biggest contender. But
I don't want the one with Peacemaker on it.
Yeah, no. There's a Joker manga. You want to do that?
We could do that black labeled Joker and Harley.
Nah. Let's do like actual Suicide Squad.
I think it's Bruno Redondo on art for Suicide Squad.
Is it really?
Yeah, Suicide Squad Bad Blood.
Ooh.
Oh, but it collects 1 through 11. Is there a shorter version?
The Joker manga is like the Joker taking care of like a baby Batman.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
We got to figure out this Tom Taylor thing. It's only 11 issues.
But there's no like volume 1, volume 2. I think it's just collected all together.
No way they just jumped to like a deluxe, right?
I mean,
274 pages.
it seems a little bit weird, but I don't know. People liked it enough, I think.
All right, what other Suicide Squad stuff is there that were? Well, you said Suicide Squad get Joker, right? Or no, you were saying Joker Harley Quinn, but there's like a Prestige book.
Yeah.
And it's Suicide Squad get Joker.
I haven't read that one. I was looking at the Joker Harley book.
I think I read the first issue.
It's like Alex Maleev, right? You were like pretty stoked about it. Suicide Squad get Joker? Yeah.
Brian Azzarello, Alex Maleev. How long is that?
150. That seems pretty good.
I'm alright with that. Because then it's kind of like more Joker-centric Suicide Squad story.
Because it seems like it will be.
Okay. I think we got to save.
One of the reviews is Get Joker is even better than both Suicide Squad movies.
Wow. I think that's it.
I think this is one. This looks fun.
All right, cool. I think I have those individual issues. So.
Cool.
Thank God.
I'm done with that. Seems good.
Can you teach Carter how to get it?
Sure.
All right, cool. Since you see him a little more often. All right, Suicide Squad or Get Joker.
Suicide Squad get Joker.
Suicide Squad get Joker.
Yeah. This is what it's called. What's so funny about that?
Next week. We said it like 10 times.
Well, you got the name wrong, so I had to correct you. But anyway,
right.
That's what we'll get.
All right. Next week, email in. Tell us if you know of a good Suicide Squad story.
Yeah.
Other than what we've read so far.
And please let me know if you know of a found footage scene in comics, because I felt really dumb just then. I swear to God I've seen one, though. I just don't. I can't pinpoint. It's very specific.
At tradewaiterspod@gmail.com. Let us know. And let us know if you want us to do something specific for 4th of July.
What did we didn't we do like US Avengers or something?
I don't think we did on 4th of July, but we did US Avengers. But anyway,
I agree.
Linktree in the bio, like, comment, subscribe, stuff like that.
Maybe
5
Captain
stars.
America.
We appreciate it. In Cap book. We did a Cap book one year, I think.
I don't think we've done any Cap.
We've done a Cap.
We did just the Winter Soldier one for Falcon and Winter Soldier, I think.
Yeah, it's Cap.
Yeah, we could do the Chris Samney, Mark Wade one. Anyway, not important.
Did we do like one with Sam Wilson?
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, so that's Cap.
That was weird. We read the bad one.
Yeah, with Cap Wolf.
That was kind of cool. That was when I first learned about that. Now it's kind of like a cool thing. Anyway,
you didn't like it. Anyway, thanks. Bye.
Bye.